Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. For the longest time, we have felt the PlayStation Plus membership is one of the best deals in gaming. In today's episode, we are going to tell you why that is about to get a whole lot worse. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Big Doinks by Fair State Brewing. It's an extra dank IPA.
All right, it's time to get our IPA on. You know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and stay tuned to this episode of Gaming Off the Grid. All right, here we go. So it is no mystery that you and I are not huge online gamers.
Yes.
However, we have both always had PlayStation Plus memberships because there is such a great value there with all the free games you can get across what I would call the PlayStation Suite, right?
It's so cool because you could get free games for the PS4, free games for the PS3, free games for the PS Vita, and it was incredible. And some of those you could cross-play on.
Yeah.
So it was just super sweet. But sadly, this amazing thing is going away.
Yeah, so basically, you know, just like the Wii Shop closed. Now, this isn't as drastic as that, but again, it's a step in that direction of eliminating prior digital support for older consoles.
Sucks.
The PS3 and the PlayStation Vita, which the Vita is not, it just doesn't feel like it's that old. And I know it didn't do very well. But they will no longer have free games on the monthly. So now we went from getting at least 6 free games, being 2 on PS4, Vita, and PS3. Now we're only going to be getting 2 per month for the PlayStation 4. That's a huge hit in the value, and like you mentioned, that also eliminates the potential for crossplay and things like that for those titles.
The support closes March 8th, so
it's basically gone.
So it's basically gone now because they already have the free game out for the month.
So you can still grab February's games, but as you guys know, if you're a member of PlayStation Plus, they come out a little delayed at the beginning of every month. So March will not have support for the Vita and for the PlayStation 3. Now you'll still be able to download digital games and pay for them and things like that. And I believe the online play component for any of the servers that are still up and things like that still works. But it feels like the first shoe dropping.
Yes, it's
in the process of weeding out the Vita and the PS3.
It's a step in the wrong direction, and yeah, we talked about this a bunch in our Goodbye Wii Shop episode, but it's just so frustrating that everything has to go this way.
I think it's just inevitable, and I think the main thing that I hope people watching can kind of take from this is that, you know, there's nothing wrong with digital games if you're going to download them to take them on the go and things like that, but if you're going to pay full price for a game, be careful. You might want to get that physical copy because we play our PlayStation 3 and our PlayStation Vita all the time.
Yes.
And every month I was always looking like, oh, those games, you know, should I get those and whatnot? And now, again, I basically feel like it's 1/3 of the value that was there is left for the PlayStation 4.
And it's the same price.
Yeah. I always felt like the deal was too good to be true. You know, I was just like, man, this is killer. You know, I love all 3 of these. I play them all equally, and now it's just a bummer. It's kind of sad. And, you know, we were really sad when the Wii Shop closed. We've already kind of mentioned that. So I just wonder how much longer. You know, the PS3's been, online over 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I feel like it's going to close eventually, and it's going to happen sooner than later because this is already getting shut down, the support, and, it makes me so sad.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of the end of an era, especially for those 2 consoles. And the poor PlayStation Vita, such an awesome handheld console that just never really got going. Had that thing taken off, I mean, with that and the PS4, it's kind of similar to having a Switch. Not quite as good, but there's a lot of really cool things you can do. We've sat down in the garage and played PS4 games on our Vita.
Yeah, with the remote play and stuff, which is so sweet. Yeah, it's not as cool as the Switch, but it's still really awesome because there's a lot of PS4 exclusive games that I would love to play on the go.
Absolutely. So anyways, make sure you are aware of that. It may make you reconsider your PlayStation Plus membership. It may not. But nonetheless, I think it's time to make sure any of your digital download games on your Vita and your PS3, get those backed up. We have all of our digital downloads from our main PS3 backed up to a secondary PlayStation 3 because there are some digital download only games that are really important to us that we never want to lose.
Oh yeah, so many amazing games that are digital download. NBA Jam on Fire Edition, House of the Dead 4.
And as far as I know, digitally is the only way you can get those two games.
Which sucks.
Yeah, so anyways, we think this is a step in the wrong direction as far as Sony maybe eliminating support in the near future for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita, as they are no longer releasing the free games on the monthly via PlayStation Plus. But some positive news.
Yes.
This extra dank IPA, it's called Big Doinks out of Fair State Brewing Co-op. I'm going to yield to you here. You're the IPA guy on the channel, and I'll just ride your coattails to the finish line. What do you think?
Well, on the bottle it says extra dank IPA, and when I drink it, I'm like, yeah, this is an IPA, but I don't know why they call it an extra dank IPA. It's pretty simple to me. I mean, it's smooth, it's enjoyable, but I don't think it's anything special.
Yeah, it's a very cloudy IPA. There are some particles floating around. I do on the finish. I don't know if you're tasting this or not, but I feel like there's some corn coming through. I can sense that a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just losing my mind. A little more aggressive on the hop side than I typically like, but this is not a bad beer. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a pretty good effort by these guys. I definitely am going to pay attention to their releases. It's out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Being not a huge IPA fan, I find this fairly drinkable. Yeah, I was really interested to see what you thought of it. So you think more just kind of middle of the road?
Yeah, it's middle of the road. I've never had anything from this brewery before, so like you said, I'm like really curious to know like what other types of beers they have, or like what's their specialty.
You know, if I were to put it on a scale, which we don't always do with our beers, I'd say like maybe a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's good, but it's not great.
So maybe a little bit below middle of the road.
Yeah,
beer.
but we're gonna check out the rest of the brewery anytime we see something in our area, because you know it is a decent offering, and the art on the can and the name and everything was just really killer. So that's more why we picked it up, and we never had anything from the brewery before. In the comment section below, let us know your thoughts on the ending of the support for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita as far as free downloadable games from the PlayStation Plus membership. It's kind of a sad day, and we think you need to get your stuff backed up sooner rather than later, because it's going to go the way of the Wii Shop, we feel like, in the very near future. As always, we appreciate you tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Off the Grid.
Oh, dude, yeah, I need some coffee, dude.
Oh, you have to excuse my friend here. He's a little busy living the high life. It's easy to understand where Robert's coming from. I mean, ever since we hit 500 subs and just blew up, I mean, he's living the high life. He can't stop.
I can't help myself.
What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Big Doink by Ferris Field.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's an extra dank Ferris. It's kind of like Tires Plus.
Yeah, it is, but without the tires, but everything else is identical, like to a T.
Yeah, everything's the same except the tires.
Yeah, part of it. The smell's there, but not the tires.
I love, dude, the smell of freshly cut tires.
Yeah. Good lips popping. Yeah, that's gonna get us some subs right now.
Yeah, just that act's gonna give us 3 subs.
Damn shot left, not get us a few more subs.